Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Welcome again to my subscribers lesson about IELTS exam, IELTS A to Z. It's Wednesday morning here in the UK, and our local time is 6:31 a.m. This class runs on every Wednesday and Thursday, 6:30 UK time, which is 5:30 GMT. So if you're interested, possibly you might be able to join from this link, which I've shared. If you're watching from the mobile, it should be on the top, the pinned comment. If you're watching from the web, it should be on the right hand corner. So welcome. Hello, Hesley.
Hi, good afternoon, Professor.
Good afternoon and Assalamu alaikum.
I'm so sorry. Waalaikumsalam.
No,
I'm late.
no worries. How are you doing today, and how is your family member?
Everything is going well here, sir, and all of us are in good condition. Thank you so much for asking.
All right. You have changed your photograph.
Yeah, I've changed my photo.
Is it?
It was me 4 years ago when I'm not fat yet. Now I'm fat.
I didn't get you. Is it your recent photo, you mean?
Yeah, this is my photo 4 years ago.
You have used a photo from 4 years?
I wish I can back that way because I'm too fat right now. When I'm still 51 kilogram, but right now I'm 67 kilogram.
Oh, okay. No worries. You don't have to share your personal information
Oh
publicly,
my
okay?
god. Yes, thank you.
Okay. All right. So today, before we discuss anything, I need to ask you one thing, okay?
What is that, sir?
What's the local time now, Hesley, in your country?
12:35 p.m.
Okay. Uh, do you know about this word daily routine?
Yeah.
Okay, because you are an amazing learner, you are a successful mom, you are a very hardworking person. I'll ask you to describe your daily routine that starts from morning when you wake up until
Oh
you
my
go to
god.
bed at night. How do you?
Okay, yeah.
So, what you're going to describe, I'm giving you the clue and hints. You'll describe when you wake up, what you do in the morning, then you describe a little bit what you do at afternoon time, and then in evening time, at night as well. You'll also describe other activities like you get ready your children, make breakfast, cook dinner, blah blah blah, whatever you like to describe. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay. So in the morning, I wake up like 5 or 6 a.m. and I'm starting to prepare breakfast and cooking some food for my children because I cook for them and for my family. After that, I took time like 1 hour for prepare everything for prepare food and cleaning my room. I mean, it's not my room, but other room. Cleaning my house, and after that, I wake up my children in 8 a.m. and feeding them, and then after feeding my baby, I clean up the room again and preparing my class. So I start my class at mm, yeah 9 a.m. until 12 a.m. And then after that, I feeding my baby like 20 minutes because I feel so fast to feeding my baby, and I prepare for a 10-year cluster right now. Then after a 10-year class, I will have my class again on 2 p.m. until 4 p.m. And I will take a break in the evening for playing with my children, like 1 hour or 2 hour, and then while that I cook for dinner and cleaning again because I have to clean again. After that, I feeding my baby for dinner and I start my night class in the evening, like for 7 p.m. until 9 p.m. And after that, I sleep my baby. I put on sleep my baby, and I have my me time for learning or listening music or just have time for myself, just like that. So this is my daily routine from morning until the evening until the night, and just like happen every day.
Being mother, I understand that you don't have much time for yourself, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
but I try to give my time.
Okay. So, is there any other person who helps you?
Yeah, actually, I have someone for help me a few times ago, but right now, around 3 weeks, yeah, I have no someone for helping me because she back to her hometown, and I don't know what time she will be back. But I'm trying to looking someone for helping me too, but I'm not fine yet. So I can. So in these 3 weeks, I handle it all of by myself.
Great. Appreciate for
Oh
your hard.
yeah, in the morning also I have to prepare. My husband need it because sometimes he will go to the office if he doesn't want to work in at home. So I have to prepare everything that he need. Yeah, so on for.
Okay. So, you mean to say your husband sometime works from home?
Yeah, most of him work from home, but sometimes he just go to office if he felt he need to go office. Just sometimes. It's all.
Understandable. Okay. That's pretty cool. Now, uh, There is a word I'm writing on the comment section. Let me ask you if you know it or not. It's pronounced as chore.
Chore.
Yeah. Do you know what it means by any chance?
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. What is the chore?
Don't go to the Google or dictionary yet. If you know it, share. But fine, you can go after
So I
fishing.
mean, work. How to say that? Housework, worker, house worker. Am I
Uh,
right? It's a
yes,
house worker.
the most of the household activities we call them chore.
Yes.
Sometimes it may feel boring or unpleasant, but we have to do. Yeah,
Yeah,
that is the main
we have
meaning.
to.
Okay, but you know what, Hesley, there is an Hindi word or Urdu word in Bengali word, same as it is, and it has got different meaning, and you'll be surprised to know that is the meaning of the word is thief, chore. Yeah,
Fifth chore.
yeah, in Hindi and Urdu. One second. Urdu and Bengali, they use the same word in their own native language, which means thief. Okay, that's a bit funny though.
Oh my God! Why is thief? Sounds like a robber.
Thief is a person who takes your things without letting you know, dishonestly,
Uh,
by fraud or by deceiving. All right, you know this. Yeah, what is thief? Okay, so household chores. Sometimes household chores could be boring and unpleasant because you are a mom. You have to take care of your family, your husband, your children.
yeah,
Then,
carry everything.
yeah, sometimes I'm sure you need to go for shopping as well, as you said. And
Sure, sir. Yeah, if I go for shopping, I will forget everything. That's the reason.
okay, this shopping could be household shopping. Shopping could be your personal or for children.
Yes.
I,
It's
I,
a funny. Mhm.
I understand being mother, you always prioritize your children and family first. That is the
Yes.
amazing character of mother, and I salute all the mothers in the world. Yeah, it's a very difficult and hard job, right? But now, just picture it when you were born or I was born, how our mother took care of us, and just they took care of everything. Now we are doing the same thing. That is the human, I should say, cycle, life cycle. You know, we have to take care of our children. They will be grown up. Then they will get married. They'll have children, and a generation starts. Okay, thank you very much for your explanation. Do you remember what we discussed last week?
About family, about living.
Yes, we discussed about the task two. Okay,
Task two.
task one was
Yes.
finished. So I'll go through a little bit more. When the task two is finished, so there is task three or part three in the IELTS exam, and where it has been analytical discussion or answers, I should say. And if you remember, another tip about IELTS exam is do not give an answer more than 30 to 40 seconds. Do not make it a longer explanation so that the examiner gets bored. Okay, so the other related information I shared, use the right pronunciation wherever possible, correct grammar, speak loudly, maintain the, you know, your fluency, and obviously your presentation skill. So we have to always focus on your speaking while you are, presenting yourself about the topic only. Let me see if you have missed anything. Okay, sometimes this is an important tip. Some students memorize answers. Do not do it because IELTS exam is nothing but explaining English in your own way so you don't have to memorize anything. And do not use any big and unfamiliar words. Okay. If you're not sure, because sometimes, if you use big and unfamiliar words, you'll be ended up using it mispronouncing or wrong way or out of content, which is not expected to get good score. It will help you score. It will help you. So I mean to say, it affect your score. Uh, okay. Use a range of vocabs, range of grammatical structure. Speak loudly. Do not worry about the accent because there is no mark of accent in IELTS exam. These are some of the pronunciation techniques. We will discuss it later. You may pause to think. These are the suggestion from some IELTS coach that sometimes if you want to buy time, we call it buy time, means if you want to think, you can use, you may use these expressions like that's an interesting question. I've never thought about that, but I'd like to answer. Let me see. Wow, that's a good point. That's a difficult question, but I'll try to answer it. Let me think about it for a minute. Avoid using feelers or crutch words. Okay, feelers are sometimes called crutch words. These are those words that we use very often in our speaking repetitively and without knowing sometimes. And for example, people say, "Oh, like a," or sometimes they say, you know, or you know what. Actually, most common. These are the three most common. And other cultures as yeah, well, yeah, etc. To try to avoid curse words or feelers wherever possible. Extend your answers. That is very important. If somebody asks you the question, what do you do? Instead of saying, I'm a teacher, you must say, I've been teaching English in a local school for the last 5 years where I had the opportunity to grow myself. So, with this type of lengthy answer, the IELTS examiner will be able to assess your quality of English. Remember, here you don't get any marks for the creativity, smartness, and accent. So, you have to answer as you have been asked by the examiner. Do not answer which is not related to a topic. Smiles, because smiling helps you good pronunciation. Smile can also help you calm your nerves. And also, do not be nervous. Calm down during the exam and focus on the question. Please bear in mind in every question in IELTS exam there is a question pattern or grammar pattern which you may use while you are responding to the question. Okay, and let me give an example. Like if they say describe a childhood story, remember when you're describing childhood story, it's a past tense because your childhood was gone long time ago. So it's basically you need to think what you're going to say. You start most of the students or candidates start like this. When I was a child, but even I have seen students use when I'm a child. Remember, sometimes some mistakes may block your message. This is one of them. Especially most of the times, students are confused using about present and past tense correctly. We have to bear in mind if an action or activity took in the past, you must use past tense blindly. Okay, so do not say when I'm a child because you're not a child anymore. So it's better to say when I was a child, I had this happy incident or this bad incident. Then you explain whatever you like to explain. And once again, may I remind you because it's a past tense, you when you're describing a story from the past, you must use past tense clearly, correctly, and effectively. and that is very, very important for you being an IELTS candidate. Okay, so let's move on. I believe that Hasley is busy. No problem. When you're free, come back.
I'm here, sir. I'm still listening, but sometimes I mute myself to avoid the noisy things back.
Okay, so don't speak in monotone. You know monotone, Hasley?
Yes, sir. Okay, I'll try. The intonation. You mean that?
That's right. So, because we are humans, remember, when we speak, we try to use our emotions and expressions. That's why our tones or our voices go up and down depending on the situation, question, and our expression techniques. Monotone means same tone, where the voice doesn't change, doesn't go up and down. Only a mechanical device or recorded, you know, non-human voice can speak in monotone. Have you watched a movie called Terminator of of Arnold Schwarzenegger? It's a science fiction movie where Arnold Schwarzenegger came from a different, from the I think future. They said from another planet to save the actor, and he speaks like this: "Wait here, I'll be back." It's like a mechanical voice, yeah. But as a human, we don't speak like that. English language is like a rhythm of music where it goes up and down. Okay, so we have to be careful about expressing ourselves. This is also called speaking naturally and articulately, which is very important being an English learner. Okay, that's why it says don't speak in a monotone, vary the stress and intonation to add emphasis. Use your hands to gesture and help rhythm of conversation. And lastly, practice those IEL topics so that it's helpful for you. Remember, practice is a key word or magic word. The more you practice, the more you'll be confident. The more you practice, it will give you strength to speak more. It will give you more motivation as well as inspiration. Okay, we have explained fluency. Clarity is when you're speaking clearly. Do not speak, yes, too fast or too slow. Do not rush. That is very important. Sometimes some candidates have the trend to speak faster. Do not do it. What happens when you speak faster? Number one, you miss the accurate pronunciation. Number two, you miss the right verbs. Number three, you may jumble the words together. Number four, you may use ending wrong grammar because you don't think and speak. Okay, so that's very important. And don't even speak so slow where you know your audience might think that a slow coach. It's a medium or average speed. And maintain the 3 to 5 seconds gap. Always be confident and positive even if you find that you're making mistakes. Do not stop speaking. But if you can amend or correct it, that's amazing. Correct or amend your mistakes, then you go ahead from there. And the next point is, once again, do not be repetitive or do not use scratch words or fillers. Use different kinds of vocabulary. That's very important to get good marks. Make it make it personal. It means when you're giving an example, give a personal example. Make it interesting. Explain in an interesting way so that your listeners can engage listening to you. Stick to the point. Describe only what you have been asked. And Lastly, in IELTS speaking part 2 or the cue card, talk as much as you can, because this is the one of the criteria to get good marks, and you have to speak at least 2 minutes. My suggestion would be speak until and unless the examiner says to you stop it now. Okay. Lastly, speak naturally. I say it almost every time. I've follow the pronunciation techniques, use correct intonation, speak articulately, use correct context, collocation, and connotation. And I'm sure you know that context is the meaning, collocation is the wow a word can take another word naturally. And connotation is some words cannot be used in a positive way, some words can't be used in a negative way. We need to be careful. Okay. And lastly, try to use compound and complex sentences wherever possible using these, you know, conjunction acronyms. All right. Are you still there, Hesley?
Yes, sir. I'm.
Okay. In speaking task 3, there are two common questions. We are going to describe it now. The common question, one of them is using tense correctly. So they will ask a question which will show the question is about the past tense, present tense, and future tense. Look at this question on the screen, Hesley. What kind of family do you have? It's just a simple question. Large or single family? So you can see this question is in present tense. And the next question is, how was the family concept 5 years ago in your country? Large, what kind of concept they used to have? Do you think that it will change after 5 years? This is another question. If you're free, maybe you can answer, Hesley.
Yes, sir.
Would you like to try?
Okay. What kind of family do you have? Talking about family. Uh, do you mean, sir, in my own family right now, or talking about my big family? I mean,
Okay. Uh, Remember that when it says you have, it should be always you or your family, your immediate family. Like if you're married, you can describe your own husband and children if you have any child. But if you're not married yet, if you're still living with your parents, then you must describe your parents and you. Excuse me. But sometimes you can see if you're not married, but still your father, your uncle or grandfather, you all live together, which is called a joint family or large family. So it depends totally on you how you'd like to describe. But remember, whatever you describe, that should be your correct answer. It doesn't matter whether is that true or the false information. Because an IELTS exam, an examiner is going to assess your English, not to find out whether you're telling truth or not. Okay? Sometimes some students think that, oh, teacher, I don't have large family. I'm saying, come on, describe something. You know, it is your chance to speak English, not to share the way that it's right or wrong information. Is it clear now?
yes, sir. Would you like to just give me one example, sir? Oh my
S-
God.
Okay, so you have got your own family, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Like
I have
you,
my own
your
family.
husband, and
Me, husband, and my children.
so your children. So in that case, you will say like that, I have got my own family. It's a single family. That means you, your husband, and your children, one family.
Okay. Yeah.
And then when it's us, how was the family concept? That means then that time you're describing what other different kinds of family are or were present 5 years ago in your country. There is single family, joint family, large family, etc. Did you get the point now?
I get the point, but I don't know how to explain it. Oh my God. But I will try.
I've given you the clue already. You can use the same sentence if you
Yeah.
want to.
Mm, now I have my own family, me, my husband, and I have two children, and we are live by owned family. I mean, we're single family, and
Hmm. That's great.
the
You
concept about family 5 years ago is
was
mm,
remember 5 years
was
ago
yes,
was must use
right,
us.
yeah, oh, was yeah was. So I mean, I explained 5 years ago I'm not married yet, so I explained about myself with my family or how.
Yeah, that time it says, look, look at the question, Hasley. Just how that was the family concept 5 years ago in your
Oh my
country?
God, in country,
In
yes.
your country.
Yes, it's a general thing. Okay.
Yes, that's right. It's general concept, how and what you
Ye-
felt.
Yes, I was told that it's the same things until right now. Most of the people are getting married, they will have their own family and moving to single home with their husband and their children, so they are separate with their parents. And it's that happened until right now.
Okay.
And do you think that
Hasley, your first part was fine. If how is the do you live in a single? What kind of family do you have? Remember, when you're describing generally 5 years ago, you start like the 5 years ago in our country, there are different kinds of family concepts. Use the same question pattern. Remember, in IELTS exam, and every question, especially in speaking task 1 and 3, there would be a question pattern or grammar pattern. Use the same to respond it. Okay, and
oh yeah.
generalize like that. There are like single family, joint family, large family. Then as an example you can give your own family, like like you can say I was in a single family with my parents because I was not married then. Okay,
Oh yes.
could you give me one quick second? I'll be back.
Yes, sir.
I'm back.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay, now the next part.
What if,
Uh-huh.
okay, sir. What if the concept like most of in Indonesia is the same concept. Most of the people are getting married, they are moving with their own family and
Yeah,
I'm not sure, but yes.
first you'll explain the different types of family concept, then you can add
Okay.
this one. Yeah,
Yeah.
remember.
Even it's like that, we have to describe. Okay, I understand. Okay.
Okay. And the last part, do you think that it will change after 5 years? Now look at this pattern. It's a future tense, future concept. Then when you're adding your comment, like, do you think, then you'll start like this. I've written some demo at the bottom, like, I think, in my opinion, or in my point, after 5 years, the concept of family will be changed. People will be more focused on business or career or personal development, and they may get children or not. I'm not sure, because you're adding your comments. Remember, that's your concept. And also
Mm,
remember another thing, Hasley. It doesn't matter whether it is the fact or the true information, because the examiner is going to assess your English expression only. Remember that. Your grammar, your vocab, your tense, because this question is related to tense. As I said, we call it PPF, present, past, and future tense. With one concept, they will assess your understanding. Okay.
yes, sir.
Now, would you like to try from the second question? How was the family concept 5 years ago in your country?
We'll try. Okay. Okay. How was the family concept 5 years ago?
In your
Okay, talking
country.
about family. Yeah, talking about family concept in my country. So there are few types of family. There are joint family member, and there is also a single family, and uh, what is the kind of the family member? Okay, joint family, but I'm so sorry, sir. I need time.
Or which
Can
one?
I?
Yeah, sure. Tell me. I can
I mean,
explain again. No worries. Which
I
question?
mean,
Family concept?
okay. So I we have a family concept like single family, joint family, and what again?
Extended
Oh, I
family,
have
large
forgotten.
family.
Extended family, large family, yeah, large family. But most of the people in my country are single family. For example, when I was 5 years ago, I stayed with my parents. We are our single family because I'm not married yet. But after I'm getting married, I was moved with my own family, and this is what happened to right now. And most of the people are here doing the did the same way, but I don't know in the future it will be changed, perhaps um, because the because
Mm-hmm.
maybe the purpose about the family is will be changed. For example, they just want to be stay together without children because they want to be focused on their career or their building or their business. So they just like building like a family for living together and not have planning for having kids. I don't know about that, but I think perhaps it can be changed on the 5 years. Will be changed in the 5 years, and perhaps maybe it can be uh, still the same right now, but the possibility will change is uh, bigger than still stay like right now because um, just it. Okay, this is my opinion. Sorry.
Don't have to say sorry. Remember, it says, "Do you think?" That means you are adding your only thought. Okay,
Yes,
Hasley.
sir.
Remember, it is very important. You use this word. Do you think? Yes, I think. That means your opinion, and that's fine as long as whatever you think about the concept of the family after 5 years. And as you know, most of the students start like this. I think after 5 years, everything will change, because world moves, technology moves, generation moves, make some more little bit interesting, and our thought process will be moving and advanced. Sometimes people may think that, well, why even we should get married? Maybe they might not get married. You never know after 5 years what happened. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, but if they are too
I think so.
married, yeah, then they will just focus on their career, as I said, maybe business, etc., etc. It's just your opinion. Remember, don't worry about the right or wrong things. Once again,
Yes, sir.
all right. So that's really cool. Oh, someone has subscribed. Who is it? There is no name. Yeah, I can see only the hand symbol like this. Hello, I don't know your name. If you're still there, please join me. Okay, so did you get the point? There is one question always where you have to demonstrate present tense, past tense, and future tense.
For sure.
Okay, would you like to try another similar question? I'll ask you in a moment.
Another similar question.
Yeah, but a different types of question that that is related to past tense, present tense, and future tense.
Okay.
It's easier, don't worry. In IELTS exam, they don't ask you difficult question. All common questions, as you know.
I'm sorry, sir. Wait a second.
Okay. So, dear viewers, if you're interested to join, you can join from this link, and possibly you might be eligible to get 2 free lessons. Remember that when you subscribe to a class, you must join the teacher's class, because if you miss a class, then that's missed. And if you're on a trial lesson, you'll get only 2 free lessons, and if you miss a lesson, that's gone forever. Okay, and this class runs once again every Wednesday and Thursday morning, 6:30 a.m. UK time at the moment. And I'll suggest you, if you have subscribed to a class or lesson, join it. Talk to the teacher. It will help you develop your grammar, your communication, your fluency, as well as your confidence level. In English learning, most of the cases we are here, to develop ourselves. So we should focus on it. Okay. And as I mentioned, and as I mention every time, that this class has got a countdown system, and it starts from 59 minutes 15 seconds, and it goes down by every second. And once it reaches to zero, the class shuts down automatically.
I'm coming back, sir. So sorry. It's a little.
No worries.
Okay, should I try to explain again about this question?
No, I asked you, I'll ask you another question if it is okay with you, yeah?
Another question. Okay, okay, sir.
Now the
I'll
question
try.
the question is easy question. It's I'm sure everyone uses nowadays internet, yeah? So do
Yes,
you
sir.
use internet?
Yes, I use it. Yes,
Here's
of
a very common
course.
question, yeah? And what's the cost of using data in your country? So remember, when you
Hmm.
answer any currency, you must explain in equivalent to US dollars as well.
Equivalent is a dollar. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a second, sir. I will.
Okay. And
What is so? Do you use internet? What is the
how's the
cost of using the?
how's the speed of the internet?
Okay, give me a second, sir. I will explain.
Okay. Even though it is a wrong information, it doesn't matter. Okay. I said to the examiner is going to assess your fluency, grammar, and other parts.
I'm Bookstore. So talking about the internet. Where is the question?
Can you see in the screen?
I can't. Okay, do you use internet? Yes. What is the cost of using that? Okay. There are a lot of uh, the cost of internet in my country. We can choose by depending on our pocket. I mean, so there are type of internet we can buy day per day, and also we can pay per month or yeah, per month. So the speed also is different and depending on the uh, payment charge. For example, um, if we want to have the speed like a 30 Mbps, we have to pay around $20 per month, and or a $20 until $25 per month to have a 30 speedy Mbps, and then and how to explain that? Okay, um, if we just use one mobile phone, I mean, for personally, we can choose only buy mobile data and calls. But if we want to use the internet for working, the best choices we pay for monthly because it's more than speed, and also we can have Wi-Fi in our home. So okay, so the speed is depend of we need it, so we can pay different we need it. And how was it 5 years ago? About, I think 5 years ago is not I mean, how to explain? Oh my god, wait a second, sorry.
Mhm. So, dear viewers, welcome once again. If you're interested to join, click on the link up shared.
Okay, yeah. How was is 5 years ago? I think 5 years ago, the use of the internet also exists, but not yet to speed like right now. So yeah, what do you think it will be after 5 years? In my opinion, for 5 years, it's supposed to be will be more speedy and will be more. I mean that perhaps most of the people will depending on the internet because uh, we need the internet in our daily life. I think
Mm-hmm.
everything
Excuse me.
that we use needed to, I don't know how to explain, but
No, no, you're doing
yeah,
great.
I think like
Come on. Hasley, I said to you many times, do not bring any negative thoughts. If you
yes,
ever bring
sir.
negative thoughts, it really affects your conversation. Like, I don't know how to say, yeah, this is a kind of negative thought. Never ever bring it, yeah. Don't worry, we're
Yes,
practicing here. You're practicing your speaking, your fluency, your grammar. So, why are you worried then? Practice will give you more confidence and motivation. So, don't worry about that. You're doing great. Okay. And when there is need, I'm also adding my comment that how we can be better speaker.
okay, yeah, because you need internet in everything. For example, right now, uh, in my home, so in my house, I just need internet for shopping. So I just buy everything from online shopping. Even laundry, I did from online too. So that really, I think for 5 years, all the people will depending on the internet because it's so important and make our life easily in everything.
Easier.
So I
Rather
don't,
easier.
yeah,
It should like will make our life easier.
easier,
Yeah,
easier. Okay, make our life easier. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
no problem. And also you can use this word. Now I'm sure you know that e-commerce. Yeah.
E-commerce,
Yeah.
yes, e-commerce. Yeah, I forgot that.
So
Yes, you're right.
e-commerce, e-business, everything going on internet. So even for
Yeah,
shopping, you don't have to go to the shop anymore, and you can choose from internet, order from there, you know, and it makes your life more easier, more comfortable.
easier.
All right.
Yes.
The second question, actually, you have to add a little bit more. How was it 5 years ago? Remember, you can say like this: 5 years ago, though there was internet, but possibly it was a bit expensive. Not everyone could afford to use it. Okay.
Yeah.
But at the moment, there are many internet companies, so there is a competition. So the price may have, you know, decreased, and people use more than before. Then you give a comparison. 5 years ago, how was it? How is now, and how it is going to be changed after 5 years? But you're doing great, Hasley. Remember that. Okay. So don't worry
Thank
about
you
that.
so much, sir.
No, no, that's okay.
Thank
Remember, if
you.
do not bring any negative thoughts, always, please. It is only for your development. If you bring negative thoughts, it will really distract and really block your growth psychologically as well as mentally. Be positive. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it clear,
Yes, sir.
Hasley? All right.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
so we have completed task 1, 2, and 3 today. Uh, Try to have a look if you have got time at home that how you can describe other topics, and I'll send you some other topics later if possible, because Wednesday is the most busiest day for me. Wednesday and Friday. Okay, if I can't send it today, maybe I'll send it tomorrow evening. Thursday evening I'm free, and Do you have any questions up to now about any of this topic, task one, two, or three? Hazley, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Have you got any more questions or anything else? You still have got 4 minutes.
Everything is clear, sir. I think I have to need more practice to, yeah, especially for increasing my vocabulary. I need to do that.
Exactly, I was going to
To,
say that. I remember practice is the
yes.
key word, or I should say magic word. If you practice a thing every day, you'll feel the development after a few days. It's like when you go to gym, do you see the development within a short time? No, the development starts after a few weeks when you go to gym and you do all the exercises. Likewise, when you practice English, it won't be same time, maybe after a while. And also, I've got another question. Do you read English books or any articles or newspaper?
Yes, right now I'm starting to read like BBC News, one topic one day.
You read it from the website?
I read from the application apps,
That's
BBC
great.
apps.
All right. Could you please tell me any latest news you have heard or read?
Oh my God, the news about the Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah, at the moment our topic is Queen of England and her funeral. So government has announced a bank holiday on the coming Monday, so it will be a holiday for us on Monday. Okay.
Yeah.
And also the second breaking news is we have got a new Prime Minister of England. Do you know her name by any chance? Do you know the King's name?
Charles III.
Yes, King Charles.
Charles III.
He's the daughter, I mean, he's the son of the Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah, that's right. All the news are talking about Queen Elizabeth. When I open the BBC, all the news from the up and down there
Hmm.
news there.
Okay. What's the name of the new Prime Minister?
I don't know.
No worries. Her name is also Elizabeth. But in English, I forgot to tell you, many names are shortened. Okay, so people who have got name, especially females, got Elizabeth. They shorten it at Liz. Her name is Liz Truss, which is the shortened form of Elizabeth. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and also people who have got the names William, they shorten it as Bill. So, for example, Bill Clinton, ex-American president. His name, full
Oh,
name is William Clinton.
William.
Okay, and Bill Gates,
Oh,
his full name is William Gates.
I
Okay,
see. Okay, okay.
so and people shorten Tony of the English name Anthony. So we had a prime minister
Oh,
called Tony Blair. His full name is Anthony Blair.
Anthony. Okay, yeah, yeah.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
no problem. And females like who has got, as I said, Elizabeth, shortened as Liz. Uh, Females who have got name
Liz.
as Catherine, they shorten as Kate. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Liz, Tony, and Bill. Bill is mean William.
Bill is William, Tony is Anthony, Liz is Elizabeth, Kate is
Uh,
Catherine. Okay, these are some of the short
uh,
and acceptable names.